La da ta ta. Oh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are live. Bonjour, dickheads. Welcome to another episode of my Monday Night Live podcast, which is currently called Fuck the Wall. It might be changing names. But hello, welcome, hi. We're live on YouTube. It's Monday, the 15th of January. It is 9 p.m. French time. And who is in the house? Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Tio Chino, who's in the house. Hello, my friend Mika K. We've got Bleu Marin. Salut tout le monde. Russell Bowes, hello. Bonsoir, everyone. Hello, welcome to the podcast. How are you? It's already the middle of January. I can't believe it. Can you believe it? It's already the middle of January. It feels like January started yesterday. I don't understand. Mushroom Nerd is in the house. Hello. Ben Flo, Bridget Leonard, Olivier Dulac, Mathilde. Hello, Linda Wonder Woman. Hello. All of you beautiful people. Anton Benedict Tria, New York on the 19th. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this week I will be in New York on Friday. As you know, just New York, fucking New York City, ladies and gentlemen, for a show all in French that I am hosting. I'm hosting a show all in French in New York this Friday, the 19th of January. It's called the Frenchy Comedy Club, and there are a bunch of hilarious people on the show, including some Belgians, some Québécois, myself. There's some French people in there as well. I think there's about 6 of us, 7 of us. I can't remember. There's a lot of us on the show. So if you live in New York, come and see the show. C'est en français. It's in French. So you got to speak French or understand French to come and see the show. And I'm staying in New York for a few days after that to take some time to myself, away from my wife and child, to reflect on my life and what is next for me with my career of being a stand-up comedian. In France, an English stand-up comedian in France. So I have hold on. Sorry. I'm getting messages. I didn't put my thing on silent. All right, shut up. Do not disturb. Fuck off, everyone. Yeah, mate. Excited about going to New York. I'm going to maybe try and do some English gigs in New York. I just decided today. I'm like, mate, I'm going to New York and I speak English. Why am I not doing any gigs in English? It would be ridiculous. I know it's last minute, so we'll have to figure it out. Anyway, Misha Luna asks, let me guess, Paul, you're wearing your coton ouaté because it's fret in your shed. I am wearing a hoodie today. I'm in full, like, lazy bastard mode. I'm wearing my hoodie. I'm wearing my sweatpants, which you can't see, and some fucking socks that have got, you got to check these socks out, ladies and gentlemen. A shout out to all the people just listening to this podcast. If you're just listening, you won't be able to see the socks, but I will describe them to you. They are my Québécois socks, where they've got all the Québécois swear words on them. Esti, tabarnak, calice, in like pow pow cartoon fashion. Huge shout out to Tanya Dutel for buying me these socks. Whenever it was, a couple of summers ago, I don't remember. Yeah, mate, do you know what I mean? It's not actually that cold. It's quite warm in here, to be honest. We've got some good, I did spend, a lot of money renovating this shed at the end of my garden. So it is properly isolated with proper double glazing windows. So it's not actually that cold. I do have the radiator on, but I was just in lazy mode today with a hoodie in my tracksuit pants. Well, come on. I get to talk shit for an hour with some of the coolest people on the planet and just get to do it from my back garden. So there you go. It's amazing. Dan Lyle, are you thinking of doing some open mic nights? Yeah, I might do some open mic nights in New York. That is the plan. Maybe. I don't know. If I'm honest, I don't know. My original plan was to go to New York and stay a few nights to be in a different place to reflect on my career and what I'm doing this year as of now. Because as I've announced on every one of my 110 shows that I did last year, I'm stopping bilingual. I'm not doing bilingual shows anymore. I just want to focus on one language. And I want to focus on English first, because the only way that I'm going to get better as a comedian is by working in my native language, but in a country that actually speaks my native language, right? There's no point in me trying to develop an English show in France, because I'll still be confronted with the same problem. And it's that I would like to write better jokes, and I can't write them if the people don't understand them, you know, if there's like a nuance in the language or something. So that was why I was going to New York, was just to get out of Paris and just think, all right, go to watch a bunch of comedy clubs and gigs in comedy clubs and think, all right, cool. Am I good enough for this level or not, basically? And also just reflect on my projects this year and things that I want to get done. The good news is I have had that reflection, and I've spent some time at home alone in my shed all by myself. And so I feel like I'm ready to do some gigs in English in New York. As of today, I'm ready, basically. So if anyone knows any gigs that are going in New York, then let me know. I'll be well up for it. Gio Trevi points out correctly that I've got some fancy candles in my setup. I do have some fancy. They've always kind of been here. My wife gifted me these. One is a Diptyque candle, which is a fig smell, and one is a Byredo, which is called Bohemia. I don't even know what smell it is, but it's unbelievable. So anyway, Dan Lyle, I think America will be the best place for it. My impressions is the UK comedy circuit is a difficult scene. I think you're right, Dan. I don't know if you do comedy. By the looks of your little avatar, which is a brick wall, a black and white brick wall, maybe you do comedy as well, Dan Lyle. Listen, the UK comedy, yeah, I think it is. But I think part of the reason it's difficult is because it's so good and the competition is so high. And so that's not a bad thing. Also, in the UK, I am Billy No Mates. I don't know anyone in the UK scene. I don't know anyone in the US scene. But in the US, I have the added value of being British. And straight away, if I go on stage in New York with this accent, straight away, people are going to give me a bit more leeway in terms of am I funny or not than they would in the UK. I go out in the UK with this accent. In anywhere north of London, everyone's just going to be like, fuck off, mate. Go back down south, you prick. So yeah, maybe. So I'll still have my added, my handicap, basically. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Cheers, anyway. Dan, I'm drinking a non-alcoholic something. Aperitif, as they call it on the bottle. Red Becky, you're exotic in America. That's another way of looking at it. Yes, part of the success of my career in France is because I'm exotic here, especially since I speak good French. In the US, I've done gigs in the US before. Quite a few open mic nights in shitholes like Manchester, New Hampshire. And it's gone well because of the voice, because of the accent, whatever. It's like an American coming to England. There's straight away you go, oh, here we go, something a bit different. So yeah, I kind of want to perform also in the UK to just not be exotic. Do you know what I mean? Mate? Florent Agis, non-alcoholic. Quick, I'm not joking, Florent, look. Let me show you what it is. It's a bottle of this stuff that my good friend Marie-Charlotte gave to me. It's called Osco Apéritif Sans Alcool, Le Rouge Ardent. Bit of that, just make it like a gin and tonic. 1 part that, 3 parts tonic, and you're away! Woo! So yeah, man, do you know what I mean? Krista, my bro lives near Manchester, New Hampshire. That is hilarious. That is amazing. I never thought I'd ever see anyone or meet anyone from Manchester. Obviously, my first joke in Manchester, New Hampshire, ladies and gentlemen, was, hi, everyone. I'm from Manchester, Old Hampshire. It got a massive laugh. Of course it did. Do you know about Tati McLeod? I don't know how you pronounce her last name. I do, Irene. I do know about Tati McLeod. McLeod. I should know how to pronounce that. We've not met in person, but she is me, female, basically. She's a bit more French than I am. I think she is half French. I think. But there's some French in her, as opposed to me where there's no French. But we're similar. There's a similar thing going on. I need to meet her. I need to hang out and say hi and just chat Franglish. Do you know what I mean? Misha Luna, plot twist, Paul will become famous in America. And in no time, he'll be asked to play a French guy in some US movie because why not? You know what? It's probably not unlikely, considering that I've become semi-famous in France. It's not even semi-famous. What's below semi-famous? It's not even, it's like I've made a name for myself in France, and I've been in 2 films here. One as somebody from Quebec, and one, I was English in the other film, to be fair. So that kind of made sense. Oh, God. Red Becky, it's McLeod. All right, thanks for the precision. La précision, that's not how you say it in English. How do you say it in English? Thanks for the confirmation? No. Thanks, merci pour la précision. Thank you. Help me out here, people. Thank you for the précision. Thank you for the, thanks for being accurate. Thanks for, Jesus Christ. I've lost my English. Thanks for being, shut up, I'm bored. Thanks for your clarification. Tyler Haas is back in the house. Tyler Haas, it's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while here in the chat. Tyler Haas, all the way from US Sunday, loving life in the alcohol business. Good work, my friend. Sorry, it's non-alcoholic. Anyway. Yeah, mate, I don't know. I'll see Red Becky. America is calling you. Don't say sweatpants, though. Keep saying trousers, please. Well, this is my problem, ladies and gentlemen. If I do start doing comedy in English, my problem is I've become so... what's the word? I can't even... That's the problem. If I do comedy in English, I can't speak fucking English. I've become so desensitized to localized English speak that I just speak a generic version of English. I've still got my accent, but I don't use British terms because I'm aware that French people or non-British people won't necessarily understand. So often I'll say apartment instead of flat. Like, oh, where's your apartment at? Or, oh, in my old apartment, instead of saying flat. English people would always say flat. We would rarely say apartment, to be honest. So and I will say an elevator instead of a lift now, just to make it more accessible to everyone else outside of the UK, which is a thing I'm grappling with. It's what you do in language, mate. If you're learning languages, you know what it's like. If you're speaking French, if you're from Quebec and you're speaking French, you make an effort when you leave Quebec to speak a different version of French. You're more, first of all, you change your accent a little bit. Second of all, you use words and expressions that are more global French. Do you know what I mean? And unfortunately, for us, global English means closer to American English than it is English because, you know, we're 70 million, tiny little island. Global English is 400 million from a big fucking country. So it has to be more like that and what you see on television. Do you know what I mean? Paul, no, you need some British English. You know what? That could be a mini series that I do for, I'm going to write that down, for my next, English only career is teaching British English expressions to Americans. Hey, America! Oh, mate, you know what though? Speaking of which, not my TikTok. Was it my TikTok? I don't know. It might have been TikTok. It was more so Instagram and YouTube. I managed to annoy American people because my last video that I did about the English words that French people use incorrectly, I did the 10th episode, I did a French word that English people use, that Americans specifically use incorrectly. It was entree, right? Entree, as in like, what are you eating for your entree, which is a main dish. I did a video about it. And the Americans didn't like that, did they? Oh! Aucun deuxième, second degré. So yeah, I'm just going to write it in the corner of my... I've got a little... It's not a whiteboard. It's a window full of Post-it notes that I've got ideas written on. I'm going to write no bullshit English for English / America. Because also, English people say stupid shit like aluminium, when originally the word was aluminum, and then Americans took it, and then we changed it to aluminium, I think. Something like that. I don't know what the situation is. Misha Luna, this would be the dog's bollocks. Exactly. There we go. Oh. I just need to find another, mate. I've just had another idea. Oh, these are why I do these lives, ladies and gentlemen. For the Paris 2024 Olympics, why don't I do a series of videos where I teach English people French phrases that are Parisian phrases that they might need in Paris? Oh, come on, Taylor. We're on fucking fire tonight. What was that? No bullshit French. Okay, let's do no BS. French for Olympics. Adam, we've got some work going on. 2024. There we go. Right, that's going on the window. Pow! All right. Right, I need to not... I need to stop the live now. It's too much going on. Ollie P, don't mention soccer. Soccer, I think, is one of the classics, right? That the Americans say, that English people go, oh, you say soccer. It's fucking... It's football because you play with a ball in your foot. Your version of football, you use a hand. It's like the age-old argument that I've heard. It's funny when you're 19 and you go, oh yeah, that's funny. And then, but I think actually the word is soccer. Again, I think it's come from England and we used to call it some version of soccer. Then the Americans took it and we were like, actually football makes more sense. And it does. But, I've never understood why America hasn't got involved more in soccer/football. It just feels like it's the most international sport. And why, as the country in the world that wants to win everything in life, why have they not gone, fuck it, we're going to be the best at the best sport, the most international sport in the world? I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. I could say the same for China. Do you know what I mean? Why... In 1.5 billion, I don't even know how many people are in China. What's the population of China?
In 2021, the population of China was 1,442,965,000.
It's very precise. How is it that precise? Anyway, almost 1.5 billion. How in 1.5 billion people have China not come up with a decent fucking football team? It doesn't make sense. Oh, God. Tyler Haas, soccer comes from the Oxford Slang Association. Oh, association, soccer club. Okay, all right. Association football. There we go. Who'd have known? Apparently all you did. Or you just Googled it while we were watching. Women's soccer seems to be doing better in the US. Yeah, I say that a sexist Paul Taylor goes, yeah, Americans don't give a fuck about the biggest sport. Yet they do. The women do. It's the women have won many World Cups and they're usually the best team. Who won the World Cup last time? It wasn't the US. They got fucked out of the tournament quite early, which was very good. I feel like England got into the final of the World Cup football. Did we? I think we did, and I think we lost it to Spain. If my memory serves me right, and we also, we won Euro 20, the female women's Euro year was 22, 21. I don't know. We won that. England are good. We're doing all right. The England. I mean, it's the same with America, right? The England girls team are better than the England boys team, and so it's do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know why it became more of a female sport in the US, but it's good. It's good. In China, sports are not really important. Are you fucking kidding me, Mathilde? Have you seen them at the Olympics, Mathilde? They destroy everyone at the Olympics. I think the US destroy everyone at the Olympics, but I think China's a close second. Let me have a look. I might be talking shit again, as I often am on this podcast. Olympics, when was the last Olympics? What are we, 2024? So it was Olympics 2020. Medals table by country. 2020 Summer Olympics medals table. Medals. Oh, come on. Why does it take so fucking long? Right, US crushed everyone with how many? 113. Then it was China with 89. Then it was Japan. Then it was Great Britain. That makes sense because we've got 4 countries in there. France all the way down in 8th. Losers! So yeah, China, you're having a laugh. You're having a laugh, mate. Frickin' table tennis, says Anton Benedict's trio. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How many times has England won the World Cup? Once. Cass 4D. It's better than none. Do you know what I mean? It's not as good as the French, obviously. But we'll catch up. Don't worry. In my lifetime. We almost won it last time. No, we didn't. What are you talking about, Taylor? No, we got into the semi-finals in whatever... This is how much I enjoy sports, ladies and gentlemen. I don't follow it at all. We got into the quarterfinals. I think we did semi-finals and semi-finals. I don't know. I don't care. Carlos Camejo, our sport in northern United States is ice hockey. It is. Love ice hockey. And it's one of my favorite sports, actually. Go Habs, go. And it's not only northern. In California have got some good... the San Jose Sharks. That's all. The Anaheim Ducks. Who else is in the south? I don't know. LA... Is there an ice hockey team in LA? There probably is. I don't know what they're called, though. The LA Rams, I think, is the football team. The LA Dodgers is the baseball. The LA Lakers is the basketball. What's the LA hockey team called? I'm going to guess... LA Eagle? No, that doesn't make sense. The LA Kings, that's it. Of course it is, Patrick. The LA Kings. Of course it is. Of course it is. Fucking love it. Anyway, what else is going on? What has been going on? Honestly, since we spoke last Monday, Rolly was in town last Monday, wasn't he? Yay! Oh, we did his show, didn't we? Rolly, my mate Rolly Asal, he did his full show in Paris twice at Le Point Virgule, and it was great for me as well because I opened for him at Le Point Virgule. And it was super fun being back on stage in front of 98 people instead of 4,200 people at the Zénith the week before or a few days before. Super fun to see his full show. I'd never seen it before. So that was cool, getting back on stage straight after the Zénith to put me down, keep my feet on the ground in front of 98 people. And we did the two shows and they were good. They were great. It was so fun. My first show didn't go as well as I thought it would. The second show was fine because I was a bit more relaxed. But yeah, that happened last week. I completely forgot about Rolly's show. It was great. Mathilde said, my little sister said Rolly's show was amazing. Well, there you go. Rolly, I don't even know if he's watching, the prick. He probably isn't. All this stuff that I do for him and he never fucking shows up at the live. Oh, God. And what was more fun than that after the show was I got to hang out with a bunch of you. Some of you came to the bar next door, specifically the people of Patreon, because, the people who support me on Patreon, I give you little secret things sometimes. I go, hey, we're going to hang out here. We're going to meet up here before this show. If you don't follow me on Patreon, you can, by the way. It's patreon.com/Paul Taylor. And basically, what you get for supporting me with extra, virtual beers that you can buy me every month is you get an extra, fuck the wall every week. I do this for another hour. We finish at 10, and then afterwards, I hang out just with the Patreon people online. And then also you get access to the back catalogue of all the extra hours that I've done for this podcast, my happy hour podcast back in the day, behind the scenes of the filming of my previous... you've probably got a total of about 60 hours of extra content on Patreon. And also, we get to meet up now and again. So that was cool. Shout out to the people of Patreon. Hombre, lo que pasa. Some changes coming to Patreon, my Patreon, in the next... I don't know, few months. I'm trying to get the fact that, because there's different tiers. You can support me at €3 a month, where you get, right now, each tier is the same. You get the same benefits, but I'm working on potentially getting some better benefits. And we'll talk about it after this hour with the Patreon lot. Also, Patreon, I will show you what I'm up to this year, what my wall of Post-its looks like, and the potential projects that I've got coming up this year that I really want to work on. So yeah, do you know what I mean? Shout out to the Patreon lot. Lady says, Lefter au bar. Thumbs up. Lady, I don't know what your actual name is, but it was great to see you. Krista says, the Zenith was amazing. I haven't laughed that hard in years. Thank you so much. Rolly, it was so great to see in person too. Blue smiling. Face blue smiling. The emoji didn't come through on my computer. Because it's Apple and Apple is shit. Yeah, I mean, the Zenith, again, I haven't really processed what happened that evening. I tried to, in a post, I posted a thing on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, with a couple of photos from Laura Gilly, who is an amazing photographer who's taken a lot of my favorite photos of me on stage. And yeah, I tried to sum it up. It was amazing. It was a great end to my bilingual adventure after 8 years of doing bilingual shows. It wasn't the best show of the year. It was just inside the top 10, but it was more significant than any of the shows that I've done. But it wasn't my favorite one to be on stage and have. It wasn't. There's many reasons why, but it was amazing. It was still incredible. Anyway, as I said, I think to my Patreon team last week, I was just like, I don't think I'm ever going to do a show that big again until 2030. That was my theory. For the next 6 years, I don't think I'll be doing shows that big. It's going to be great. Vlad, good evening, everyone. It's been ages from the last time I watched Paul's stream. Oh, Vlad, welcome back, my friend. Welcome back. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Yeah, man. These lives... Well, one of the things that's happening with these lives, I think, as I mentioned at the very beginning, if you were on the live when we started it, was that I'm going to change the name. It's currently called Fuck the Wall because it was kind of like a private joke between me, my manager, and you guys. Before I go on stage, instead of saying break a leg, he says fuck the wall. And then when I get off stage, he's usually air humping something. It's hilarious. But I feel like I'm going to change I think the name change... I think it'll even happen from next week. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think you're probably watching and listening to the last Fuck the Wall branded episode. I think I'm going to call it Monday Night Live, because this is what it is. We're live on a Monday night. Monday Night Live with Paul Taylor. It seems like a better name. Also, at some point, I might have people sponsor the episodes, like a non-alcoholic company. They're not sponsoring today's episode, but maybe someday I'll have a sponsor of the episode, like a normal podcast. Podcasts all have sponsors. I still don't. I think if I still call it Fuck the Wall, sponsors might be like, yeah, not a fan of the name. Also, my mum fucking hates the name. So Monday Night Live, MNL, it feels like, also, it means that I could do it live, actually live in a theatre. I could rent a comedy club or a theatre in Paris or around the world, wherever I am, and do a Monday Night Live. And I bring my computer and my camera and my microphone. I set it up on stage, and then there's a bunch of people watching me live. And we all I think it could be super fun. I've done it before with Happy Hour, when I did a Happy Hour live for my birthday back in 2020? No, 21 it might have been. And it was so much fun. So yeah, I think as of next week, MNF, Monday Night Live. It's going to be, not MNF, MNL. It's like SNL, Saturday Night Live, but Monday night. Also, if I do it next week, if I start MNL next week, I'll be in New York from my hotel room. Oh, fancy. So I'll be able to do my first episode of Monday Night Live from the hotel room in New York, which makes even more sense because I think SNL, that might be in LA. No, I think it's in New York. Is SNL based Saturday Night Live? The TV show, is that based in New York or LA? I don't know. Basically, MNL. I'll get in trouble with Bill Maher. Why? Does he do Monday Night Live as well? Oh, don't tell me that's already been taken. Oh, shit. Has it already been taken? No. I mean, it makes sense. Why would it not be taken? Monday Night Live. Monday Night Live? There's already a YouTube channel called Monday Night Live. Hold on. I might have to rethink the name, ladies and gentlemen, before I get too excited. Well, it's different. Monday Night Live with Paul Oh, God. I'll have to check. Oh, Bill Burr. Yeah, Bill Burr's got a Monday morning podcast. Yeah. It's not the same thing, though. It's not live. So it's not the same thing. I thought about it. But, okay, so SNL is in New York. So there you go. You'll have to open it up with live from New York. It's Monday night. That's true, of course. What an idiot. That's the intro to Saturday Night Live, isn't it? Live from New York. It's Saturday Night Live. PTMNL. We'll see. Whatever. Oh, I'll figure it out. I'm not going to figure it out live now because it's fucking boring for people to realize. And also, they'll just Google it, the people watching this afterwards. Good times. Good times. Lundi Soir Live LSL. That sounds like a bank. Carlos Camejo. LSL. Well, it's LCL, so that's why it sounds like a bank. Lundi Soir Live. I don't do it in French, though. That's my problem. Whatever. Don't care. Tu comprends-tu, Colis? Lundi soir en direct. LSD. Oh, that's pretty funny, actually. LSD. Lundi soir direct. The thing is, it's not in French, so, you know, it's ça comprend pas. The Blood Flow. Bonsoir, des nouvelles dates prévues pour te voir. Any new shows coming up? The answer is yes, in New York on Friday. I'm doing a show in New York. But for my full show, no, the full show is finished. I now need to work on a new show in English only. And then once I've created that show, then we will put some dates on the calendar. I hope I'm not getting burnt by my own candle here. But before I do my own full show, there will be opportunities to see me in Paris doing like a Paul Taylor and Friends show. I still want to keep doing those because they're super fun, where I invite some of my favorite comedians to share the stage with me when I don't have a 1 hour show. It allows me to do 15 minutes, build a new show. Paul Taylor and Friends only in English. That's one of the projects that I'm looking to start up again in this new year. So look out for those. You can find all of the info on my website. It's paultaylorcomedy.com/tickets. Right now, you can you put your email in there because there's no dates, and I will email everyone as soon as I get some dates going on. Also, if you sign up to my mailing list on the website, it means that if I post something online about new dates or new projects or new something, you will see the email rather than when I post it on Instagram or Facebook. Or if the algorithm decides that people like that content, it'll push it, but you might not even see it. Whereas if it's an email, you will see it. And also, it just allows the connection to happen. Because when you buy tickets off of like ticketing websites, well, they keep your email address. If it's Fnac, Ticketmaster, Ticketak, whatever the website that you use to buy tickets to my show, I don't have your information. So I can't communicate with you the next time I come to your city. So that the mailing list is a great way to keep up to date with what I'm doing. I won't spam anyone. If I've got a world tour coming up, I will send an email. If I've got a new project coming up, I will send an email. The last time I sent an email was about 3 years ago when my show Franglais came out on YouTube. That was the last email I sent. That's how bad I am at my mailing list. Sully, where are the details for New York City, please? I might be able to attend this one. If you go, Sully, to the Instagram page, Frenchy Comedy Club, Let me bring this up on my screen. The Frenchy Comedy Club. You go on their website, and I think there's 2 shows. I still think there's 2 shows. One's if I click on the event ticket on Eventbrite. I think there's one at 7 and one at 9 p.m. Sony Hall. First show 7, second show 9 p.m. Correct. So there's 2 shows. I have no idea how many people are coming, and it's like a show where there's multiple people performing. There's the list of people. We've got me hosting it, Virginie Fortin, who's from Quebec, Mike Ward, who's also from Quebec, Youssoufa Diaby, French, Alex Vizorek, Belgian, Cyrine Ayari, Belgian, Redouane, I don't know, BH, I think he's French, and Samia, who's French as well. So I think we're doing that. It's going to be amazing. Tout en français, c'est moi qui présente la soirée. Je crois que j'ai jamais présenté une soirée en français. I have never hosted a French-only show. So there's a new challenge for 2024. What else? Such a nice lineup. Yeah, it's a nice lineup. It's a good lineup. It is a great lineup. Cass 4D. Ollie P. Serious question, if I may. Of course you can ask a serious question, Ollie P. Also, that looks like a serious run in your avatar there. I don't know how far you were running or where you were running to or from, but it looks like a serious run. Anyway, how do you deal with the end of the tour? Going from having some structure and focus for your work to stopping and having to start projects from step 1 again? It's a great question. How do I deal with the end of a tour? I don't know, really. It's almost, that's part of the reason why it's so much fun, is you do the tour and almost, when you're getting towards the end of it, you can't wait to end it to then stop and then start again. That's how I feel anyway, especially now that it's been 8 years that I've been doing these bilingual shows. And so I was just excited to have time off to re-figure out what I'm doing with my life. Like, what are the projects that I want to work on and how do we get them done, basically? Because I've had, a couple of ideas in the last couple of years, but this year specifically, or this last 12 months, I've been completely unable to do any of them because of the timing. And it's been pretty crazy. So yeah, there's some structure to it. There's a lot of unknown stuff this year. My calendar up until March is basically, it's not full, but I'm not doing anything until March apart from these Monday Night Live podcasts and a couple of gigs, the one in New York, another one in Nice, which is happening on February the 6th, with a bunch of French comedians again. And then that's it pretty much. Then I'm going on holiday for 2 weeks with my wife during the school holidays in France, which takes us up basically to the end of February. And so between now and March, nothing. And then from March onwards is, where I have to start planning. And that's where my wife and my manager, Adam Crosby, will sit down tomorrow, in fact, and try and figure out what we're doing for the next year or so. I have a few ideas, and then just take it from there. Doing gigs in English, that's the main thing, and it's so unknown where that's going to go. I'm going to go back to London and do some shows in London, 15 minutes on a random comedy night. I'll try and get some done in New York. Might go to Amsterdam, Berlin, in Paris, of course, anywhere, that maybe Lille as well. I've got a friend that runs a comedy night up in Lille, so I might do his show only in English. So yeah, it's kind of an unknown, but that's, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but that's part of the reason why I enjoy this job, is because every week, every month looks different to the previous one. And it's exciting, and I don't really get bored. I get annoyed, but I don't get bored. Do you know what I mean? Oh, God. Ollie, it was the 600 meters of the Oxford Half Marathon. What? Oh, the last 600 meters of the Oxford Half Marathon. So half marathon, 26K? I think it's 26K. So, mate, good work, Ollie. I'm doing 10K this summer for the Paris Olympic. Fuck, I forgot that I was doing that. Shit, that might clash with a comedy festival that I might be involved in. I don't know what day that is. I have to ask Adam. Adam, 10K race day. I'm writing this stuff down. We're going. This is the whole point. This was the whole point in this podcast of the Fuck the Wall podcast. Is you get to peek behind the wall of what it's like to be a comedian. So I'm supposed to be running 10K. Oh wait, a half marathon is 21K. Yeah, that's how shit my maths is. I was like 42. What's half of 42? 26. That's 52. You fucking idiot. Oh god. 20. Anyway, it's a long distance compared to the 10K. The fun thing about the 10K is that we're doing part of it's basically the Paris Marathon for the Olympics route, but 10K of that route. So that's exciting. I don't know when it is though. Ananas. Hi everyone, I'm late. I just had dinner with my roommates. Well, I hope you had a great dinner. What did you have for dinner? Ananas. Pineapple. Hey! There he is. Oh, Jesus. Patrick Snuelli, an English show with Nadim in Geneva. Maybe, yeah, I might do a show in English with a friend of mine, Nadim K. I don't know if he does an English show in Geneva, though. Does he? AW, do you think you and your family will move to the UK? Absolutely not! We can't move to the UK. We can't actually... My wife cannot live in the UK, even if she's married to me. It's Brexit. She can't live in the UK. So no, we're not moving to the UK because she doesn't have an employer in the UK. And even if you're married to someone, you still need an employment contract of at least £24,000 a year. That's not happening. She is self-employed with me. We run a production company in France. And that's how we pay each other, or pay ourselves. I don't pay her and she doesn't pay me. We pay. Oh, that would be funny if we paid each other. We pay ourselves from our production company. So yeah, anyway, no, we're staying in France, but I just might be doing more trips to the UK than usual to be able to perform comedy in England and in Ireland and in Scotland and anywhere that's English speaking or near native English speaking. I'd love to. Would you go back to Canada, Bleu Marine? Yeah, I'm trying to convince my wife to move to Montreal. That's my thing. I'm trying to convince. I would love to move to Montreal. I lived there for a year. Fucking loved it. Every time I go back, I'm like, oh, I want to move here. I want to live here. The people are so nice. And there's a lot of opportunity for bilingual shows if I choose to go back to bilingual shows. But it's not happening because my wife was like, there is no way I will have a daughter that speaks to me in a Québécois accent. She doesn't want our daughter to be like, hey, maman, hey, le tabarnak, je t'aime, maman, hey, esti, je t'aime du fond du cœur, là. Half serious. We're staying in France. We've just bought a fucking place. We're not moving out. So now, mate, do you know what I mean? Wow, look at this for a name. Evangelia Lily Georgiuli. You're Greek, aren't you? I don't know how you would say it in Greek. It's that last name that looks very Greek. Georgulea. Evangelia, whatever. I reckon you're half Greek, half English. UK tour, Paul, mate, want to see you again. Yeah, that is going to happen at some point. A UK tour will definitely be happening with an all-English show. I don't know where or when or how, but it'll be happening. Aurélie Kaizili, do you produce other comedians with your production company? Not yet, but maybe one day. We would like to. It would be fun, I think. Once I produce myself properly, and we can deal with that, then I might start looking at other people. But yeah, I'd love to help out some friends who are in need of, upfront. I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. like a production company to set up there. In France, it's complicated. You can't be self-employed and go to a theater and say, hey, how much is the room? Let me rent your room. It needs to go through a production company. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Yes, we have met before with your Greek friend. Oh, okay, we've met before. Let me zoom into your photo. Oh, it doesn't zoom in any more than that. It's too small for me to see properly. Well, if we've met before, I hope, with my Greek friend. Which one, Dimitri or Yasonas? Kyprianos. What a dickhead. Do I need to drink a bottle of water? Mate, I absolutely need to. I need to drink. You know what my wife got? Did I get her this for the Christmas? I think she wanted me to get this for her for Christmas. We don't really do presents to each other. We just go to a shop and go, what do you want? There you go. Fuck off. She got one of these fucking bottles of water that's about the size of my entire body. And it's got different, you got to fill it up twice in the day. And it has times. It's like at 8 a.m. you start here. Then at 9 a.m. you should have drank that much. At 10 a.m. And there's like things saying like, good work. Keep going. Stay hydrated. You're amazing. And it's multicolored as well. It's the most obnoxious thing. It's the most San Francisco, New York thing you could find. Luckily, she doesn't walk around in yoga pants and a yoga top, because then it would be full on America with the Starbucks in one hand, with the water jug in the other. She's not that bad. She's getting there though, slowly getting converted. And the more time I spend in the US, the more she'll turn into it. Oh, God. Any bad translations this week? Oh, Ollie P, great question. And what time is it? Oh, yeah, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, part of this live podcast, one of the segments is, the only segment apart from me talking shit for 45 minutes is terrible translations. If you ever find a terrible translation out in public, on the street, on a sign, I forgot to take a photo of one today. Shit. In a toilet, anywhere. Then you can send it to me at Terrible Translations, FTW. I'm going to have to change that fucking email address, aren't I now? If I change the name of the podcast. Fuck, I didn't think about that, did I? At gmail.com. Terrible Translations, FTW. I might just keep it and just say it's the name of the old... Oh, shit. MNL. Anyway, and we go through them. I didn't do them last week because my friend Rolly was here with me in the studio. In the shed at the end of the garden. Where's the email? It's in other, Gmail, hombre, lo que pasa. Right, let's do some terrible translations, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what you've got. Right, we have the first one. Pew, is from Medei's Cosplay, who says, Bonjour Paul, ce n'est pas vraiment une mauvaise traduction, mais comme tu le dis, it's never not funny. Devant un restaurant à Bruxelles, près de la Grande Place, avec le contexte. Merci pour tes lives que je regarde principalement en replay les lundis, idéal pour démarrer la semaine de bonne humeur. Bonne continuation. Well, thanks very much. So this is from Belgium, in Brussels, and it's from a Deliveroo advert. So let's check it. Okay, what have we got here? Gluten-free and vegan options. Okay. Get your balls delivered to your door. I love it. They're clearly talking about meatballs there or something. Get your balls delivered to your door. How is that not? Of course it's funny. Great marketing, Deliveroo in Belgium. What's the front? Authentic Belgian meatballs. Okay, that's why it's a meatball. Good work. I know, so it's not Deliveroo. It's the Belgian meatball place called Balek. Which is even funnier. Right. As an English person, you would read that as Balekis. Or as a Greek person, Balekis. I don't know. Or as a Spanish, it doesn't matter. Shut up. What it says is Balek, which is a shortened down version of the phrase je m'en bats les couilles. Right? Je m'en bats les couilles in French means literally, I'm beating my own testicles. And what it means is I don't care. If you say to somebody, hey, Paul, hey, everyone, I'm doing a show in New York this Friday, 7 and 9 p.m. at the Sony Hall. And a French person would say to me, Paul, je m'en bats les couilles. Like, Paul, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit is the equivalent. Je m'en bats les couilles. And the shortened down version phonetically is balek. Balek. But written out could be spelt like this. So they've already got a play on words with the name of their restaurant. And then they've gone with the English play on words, get your balls delivered to your door. Listen. Round of applause for the restaurant Balek in Belgium. I hope their balls are delicious after that promotion. Good work. All right, that's a good one. Right, Aurore Poivrec, whatever. Hi Paul, bonne année, félicitations pour le Zénith. Thank you very much. Voilà une petite photo qui fait toujours rire lorsqu'on se promène aux États-Unis. Bonne soirée et merci pour tout ce que tu fais, Caroline from Switzerland. Right, this is from where? From where? From the United States of America. Let's have a look. We've got an almond croissant blossom. Jesus Christ, they've taken croissant aux amandes to a new level. And then blueberry scone. Okay, Oh, of course. I complained about this about 15 years ago when I used to work for Apple in California. I would see this sign saying La Boulange. I'm like, well, it's either La Boulangerie ou La Boulangère ou Le Boulanger. But La Boulange, I don't think is a thing. It just doesn't. It's like saying I was going to say the baker, but that does make sense. The bake. The bake makes sense as well. You get the point. It's not the full word. Jesus Christ. La Boulange. It's a place, I think, that's owned by Starbucks as well, if I'm not mistaken. Why have I taken that off the screen? Okay, let's go. What's the next one? Can we sleep on a sledge, Maxime? Okay. Is it a bad translation in Australia? Oh, in Oz, en Oisan? What? Let me click the photo. Okay. Luge interdite sur le côté gauche. Sleeping prohibited on the left side. What? So this is clearly on a ski resort somewhere in France. Luge interdit sur le côté gauche, which means, well, I mean, what do we say in English? A luge, don't we? A sled. Where have they got that sled? Where have they got luge as a translation for sleeping? Sleeping prohibited on the left-hand side. Mate, you should have taken a photo of yourself lying down on the floor next to the sign. That would have been just absolute golden. In Oz en Oisan. Okay, so that's a place. Oz en Oisan, apparently. Can we sleep on a sledge? Oh, that's why it's okay. Raquel Regal. Hey there, let's start the new year with some terrible translations. There's one from the Musée Grévin. No. One would think they have means of hiring a proper translator. I agree with you. One is a soup restaurant near Le Grand Rex. Buy a soup, they give you underwear to a charity. Last one is trainers in Hôtel de Ville classic. All right, let's start with this place here, the Musée Grévin, which is the Madame Two Swords, basically, in France. Enjoy a unique encounter with the androids of Detroit. Okay, challenge Father Fourat and the master of the fort at Fort Boyard, right, which no one cares about. I don't know what those two things are. Step into the shoes of one of the Voices coaches. And you've highlighted... I'm trying to figure this one out. Explore imaginary worlds with your children's favorite heroes. Okay, save Paris with Miraculous. Visit the planet of the Little Prince. Go in search of hazelnuts with Scrat. Okay, go in search of... Well... You've highlighted that as well. You're an English teacher. I should be getting this right, Raquel. And what's the other one you've highlighted? That's it. Raquel, I need some help here. I've just seen you've joined the live. I don't get it. They have a statue of a judge on The Voice. Step into the shoes of one of the Voices coaches. Oh, no, hold on. Is there a spelling mistake or something? Challenge the Le Father Fourat and the master of the Fort. I mean, I don't even know what any of this means. Raquel, I need some help here. Okay, she's not answering right now. Right, the next one, Winter Sleeps. This was from a trainer store, was it? Chaque lundi et vendredi, du 1er au 29 décembre, une soupe achetée, un sous-vêtement pour la SAMU sociale de Paris. Okay. Is that a terrible translation? What? Raquel, what's going on? Une soupe achetée, un sous-vêtement pour la SAMU sociale de Paris. So you buy a soup and you... Oh, winter sleeps. Oh! Okay. Okay. They've tried to do a play on words here with the French word sleep, which is spelled S-L-I-P, which is a slip-on, something that you slip... That's in my list of Anglicisms. Winter sleeps. Okay, yeah. Fucking idiots. Yeah, got that one. Right, Raquel is saying, that's just French. Step into the shoes of. No, we say that in English. Step into the shoes of. That works in English. Go in search. How else would you say? Or search for hazelnuts with scratch. Go in search of. I don't know if they're bad translations. Maybe they are. I don't know. But they're very good bad translations if they're that. Right, Raquel, last one is basket for ballers. Basket for ballers, yeah, as in like, okay. Oh, okay. It's a, okay. They're calling ballers people that play basketball, which I don't know if that's an English thing that we say. I don't think it is. Baskets for ballers. Baskets for ballers, and it wouldn't be baskets for ballers. That would be panier pour des... Because a baller in English is like, yeah, he's a baller. He's staying at the Four Seasons. Or, yeah, he's a baller. He's got a Mercedes, whatever you call it, the van that all the rappers have. Ballers, rapper, it's like, oh, he's a baller. He spends a lot of money on stuff. It's not necessarily a basketballer. But basketballer, yeah, they've tried to do a play on words. It doesn't work. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, people, hold on. Let me get this out of the way. People are getting... Okay, baller is a basket player too. Jacqueline, Lizzie, fair enough. Then it works. Right. Enough of Raquel. Let's do the next one. Miglisem. Hi, found this grammar mistake on the internet. Not a bad translation. Not a translation for funny. Okay. Please use tongues to pick up the pastry. Please use tongues to pick up the pastries. Wait, and that's in England as well. Okay, so it looks like Tesco's to me. I reckon that's Tesco's. I can just tell by the font on their thing. Bakery hygiene. Please use the tongs provided for picking up loose items. Okay, what they meant was tongs. And that has to be somebody who works at Tesco who isn't English, who's like a student from France. Please use the tongs to pick up the pastry. Oh, it's even written in English next to the fucking thing typed out. Bakery hygiene, please use tongs, T-O-N-G-S. I reckon that's a prank. Somebody's pranked that. It might be an employee who's learning English, or somebody's pranked it. In any case, it's amazing. Misha Luna, terrible play on words. Hi, Paul. Thank you so much for your amazing show at Le Zénith. We had such a great time. It's a bit sad to say goodbye to that era of your life. It's not sad, it's exciting. But look forward to your next projects. I hope you'll continue your weekly FTW lives. Yes, I will. Because we have so many terrible translations to send to you. This one, not by me. I found it in a Facebook group called Jeux de mots d'enseigne pourri. Not exactly a terrible translation, more like French attempt at a play on words in English. Just like basket for ballers. In France, hair salons have a tradition of including the words tif or hair in their names, like imaginaire, séductif, or faudra-t-il faire. You get the idea. Tif in French slang means your hair. Tif. Right, here's one. Butt, hair, fly, coiffure. Oh, I want to call these people up. We need to call these people up. I wish I was doing this live at 6 p.m. because I would actually call them up right now. Butterfly. I understand what they're doing. Butterfly coiffure, but butt hair fly. Do you think they know? They must know. They must know that cul, the ass, is butt. Butt hair fly coiffure. Do you need to get your ass cracked cleaned? Fucking It's not even a waxing. Imagine, a back sack and crack, but with scissors as opposed to, I mean, that would be way more comfortable. Not that I've ever done a back sack and crack waxing. Ugh. Actually, I would do it just for fun. Oh, God. I mean, that is outrageous. I don't know where 03 is, but I think that it's somewhere in the south if you call them up. Mate. Dan Lyle. I went there for a haircut, dropped my trousers, and then I was arrested. Yes! Too good. Right. Susie Withers. One of my favourite mistranslations. Susie Withers. Congratulations for your Zenith show and the culmination of all that work. The Dickheads had another amazing reunion at the show. It was great to see you, Susie. This is translated from an advert for a holiday apartment at La Rochelle. I keep seeing this particular translation fail when I was researching my holiday off the west coast of France a few years ago. See if you can work out what happened. Before I do, a quick shout out to Crash TF for the super chat. Can't wait to get my Beavis and Butthead lookalike haircut at Butt Hair. Thanks for the super chat, mate. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you for supporting the show. Right, let's get this translation. You can also go on a trip to the Isle of D by bus using a stop located 4 minutes from the apartment. I imagine it's Ile de Ré. The Isle of Dogs? No, because this is in France. I imagine it's l'Île de Ré, and because... L'île de... Maybe there's an apostrophe and it just didn't take the word after apostrophe. I tried the Isle of D. L'Île de D? L'Île de Ré? D, non. Oh, no. Do you think it's the music note? It could be D, non... Do, Ré, Mi, Si, D. Oh, no. All right, music, people. This took me a while to understand. In English-speaking music, basic music, when you're learning to play the guitar, for example, or the piano, and you've got chords, the chords are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And in France, it's Do, Ré, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si. Do, how many? C, D, E, F, G, A, B. There's 7, okay? Do, Ré, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si. Do, Ré, Mi. Okay, so C, D, Ile de Ré, Do, Ré, Ré. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe they're... I mean, come on. That's great. Well spotted. There you go, Susie. That's exactly what's happened. Legends. I mean, idiots, but legends. Thanks, Susie. Kristen Kim, another legend of the show. Hi, Paul. Good to see you again at Le Zénith. This is a terrible translation at Disneyland. No, Disney, come on. There is no excuse for this because Disney, I agree. No. Last Chance Café. Nous ne pouvons vous accueillir actuellement. We cannot currently receive you. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on, France. Disney. I mean, Disney. Please see your guide to the 2 parks for further information. We cannot currently receive you. No. Come on. You can also tell it's in a different font. So it feels like and a different color. So it feels like they've just added that in. Here's what's happened. They've just printed it out in French, and someone was like, do you think we might need to do it in English, considering that Disneyland Paris is an international Disney park attraction? Fuck me, Disney. Come on. Basic shit, man. I don't even know how you would say it in English. We cannot currently welcome you is the actual translation. Disneyland Paris seems super French to me, says Bridget Leonard. I know. Even the employee, even you show up, even Mickey Mouse, when you go up to him, he just goes, oh, oh God. Good times. Come on, Disney. Oh, got it off the screen. Hold on. Right, we got a couple more to go. What's the time? Oh, it's already 10:04. Okay, let's do. All right, I'm going to do my one. Oh no, we'll do Maxime Boutet. Let's see how quick it is. C'est vraiment pas chic. Maxime Boutet from Quebec. Famille possédée et exploitée. Family owned and operated. Oh, that's classic Canadian translation where they don't give a fuck about France or French in Canada and they just get some Google Translate to do it because they can't be fucked, even though it's a bilingual country. Family owned and operated. Famille possédée et exploitée. I mean, it literally says family owned and exploited. But operated is, but it sounds like a slave. It sounds like a slave owner, this thing. I don't know what is that? Oh, it's just fucking grapes. It's in a bag of grapes. Oh, hold on. Right, one more. This is one that Adam Crosby sent me by text. My manager, I told him to send it to the email. He fucking didn't because he never does anything I tell him to do. So then I had to send it to myself. I don't know where this is from, but it's from an LA food convention by the looks of it. LA Bite, which sounds great in English. It's an LA Bite. It's a bite from LA. NY Bite, bite from New York, a bite to eat. But La Bite. And it's even more hilarious that it's my manager, Adam, that sent that to me. Because doesn't he like a bit of beat? Your food is on the way. Yeah, your food and other things are on the way, my friend. Look at how happy they are about standing in front of a sign called La Bite. They're clearly not going for international expansion. Team Lunch will handle it. La Bite. Food delivery to your office. Food delivery, or what you get dicks delivered right to your office if you want. Food delivery to your office from over 1,500 local restaurants. Or strip clubs. Ladies and gentlemen, let's deal with some of the rest of it. We'll save some of the translations for next week as well. Oh god. Someone needs to tell them, Aiden vlogging. No one needs to tell them. Aiden, if you do some vlogs, I'm going to go check them out, mate. Aiden vlogging. Let's go check out Aiden's vlogs. Aiden, let's write it down. Vlogging Limited. Although you've called it Vlogging Limited, I mean, it's a bit much, isn't it, to call it limited? Unless they're amazing, we'll try it. I'm gonna check it out when I got some 5 seconds for free. David Zouari, on a une chance de retrouver Happy Hour un jour, ça me manque. Well, David, I'm glad you fucking asked. Because, this is the evolution. I mean, it's not the evolution of Happy Hour. This is what Happy Hour was. It was me talking to you guys. Then I had a guest. And then I did a whole, edited podcast, which is another thing that I'm going to be working on. So you will find, David, kind of a version of Happy Hour. It's not going to be called Happy Hour. It'll be called something else. I'm going to hang out with my Patreon crew for the next little while, talking to them about my future projects. So, David, if you're interested, join me on Patreon for the next part of the live, and you'll find out exactly what the plans are. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here live on a Monday night to see the show. Look, there's 230 of you. Fucking hell, good work. And listen, as of next week, the show's going to be called Monday Night Live, I think. I have to just double check the name to make sure no one else has it. No one has Paul Taylor's Monday Night Live or Monday Night Live with Paul Taylor. So I'm taking it. And next week I will be live from New York, from my hotel room in New York at 3 p.m, I think, New York time, 9 p.m. French time as usual. So it won't be Monday Night Live. It'll be Monday Day Live for me. It doesn't matter. How to make something not make sense. Good work. Patreon, I'll see you in a couple of minutes. The rest of you, see you next week for an episode of Monday Night Live, the live podcast where we talk to each other live on a Monday night. It's fun. Thank you to everyone who just listens to the podcast. And I think that's it for now. I'll see you next week. Bisous, bye.